Hi, I'm the Wine, one half of Wine and Rum. We're an expat couple from Austria and Barbados, and we've lived in Dublin for 3 years now. And today I'm gonna do a quick video about 10 abbreviations that are very useful to know when you come to Ireland and specifically to Dublin. So first of all, we're in the realm of transportation. When we first came here, there were a few abbreviations that confused us a bit. So people talk a lot about catching the Luas, and we're like, what's that? It's basically the tram system. There's a green Luas, which is the green line, and the red Luas, which is the red line. And that's pretty much all you need to know. Also related to transport, there's the DART, which is basically the train that goes along the coast. Not to be confused with the commuter trains, which usually go much further into the countryside and don't have as many stops. There are also some other trains that go more into the west, and sometimes it's a bit confusing because people refer to any train as DART, even if it's not technically the DART line. So always double check, because the train lines don't often intersect, so make sure you know which train you're getting on. Also a little bit related to transport and geography, I guess, is how people talk about the different districts. So either people refer to places by their specific neighborhoods, which are much smaller level, or they'll talk about the district in general. So they'll be like, oh, the office is in D2. And that confused us a bit at first, because we were like, D2 what? But pretty much that's how Dublin districts are numbered, 1 to 24, with a few missing in between, because apparently they never ended up getting built. And another useful tip for that is, if it's an uneven number, it's north of the Liffey. If it's an even number, the district is south of the Liffey. So let's move on to another section of abbreviations, entertainment. So first of all, we have RTE, which is the National Broadcasting Service, kind of like the BBC for Ireland, to make an easy comparison. And maybe you'll come across this in ads. They've been advertising a lot to me on Instagram, because they now also have an iPlayer where you can watch a lot of their shows online. Or you may also know them from letters that you may be getting about paying your TV license. But basically they're the biggest, I guess, TV channel in Ireland. They also do their own TV programs that you may see mentioned around the city. Love Hate is the most watched TV program they produced, which is about drug gangs and stuff in Dublin, so if you're interested in that, check it out. Also related to entertainment is the Gaelic Athletic Association. You'll see it abbreviated as GAA a lot, which is how I thought it would be pronounced, but apparently it's pronounced as GAA, which I still feel like I'm saying wrong, so if you're Irish, please correct me in the comments. That's how my colleagues told me how to pronounce it. I still feel a bit weird saying GAA, because I'm not sure how long the A is supposed to be. But it's basically the athletic association for different Gaelic sports, like Gaelic football and hurling and sports like that. I admit I still haven't quite figured out how they work. But they also do some cultural stuff, and it's basically to keep Gaelic traditions and language alive. So the third part of abbreviations is maybe not as fun sounding, but they are important just to get around Dublin and get around Ireland more easily. So the first one is HSC. You'll see that probably mentioned a lot in the news, and it's basically like how you have the NHS in the UK. It's the National Healthcare Service. So if you see like on building HSC, you know that's like an official national healthcare provider, clinic, something. Some other abbreviations more related to finance, and I know that now doesn't sound so fun, but stay with me, don't click away, because it is important when you look at your pay slip to understand what it is that you're paying. So first of all, there's the PRSI that you'll be charged. It's a certain percentage, and the good thing is about knowing PRSI is there are also certain benefits that usually come with it. Once you've paid a certain amount, you're for example entitled to a free dental checkup and other benefits like that. There's also the Universal Social Charge, USC for short, which is kind of similar, except you don't get benefits that I know of that are called USC benefits or anything like that. Another thing you'll find in your payslip is Payee, basically pay as you earn. So that just means you're a traditionally employed employee who works for a company, and the company sorts out all the income tax from that. So if you hear in personal finance blogs or somewhere in the news people talking about pay earners or pay income, that's simply what it refers to, like traditional employment. And finally, related to finance, which can also be quite useful, is knowing about ROS, ROS, because oftentimes when you try to call revenue or something, they'll be like, oh, just check this out on Ross or something, and at first it was like, is Ross a person, or what exactly is that? It's basically just the revenue online service. That's what it stands for, and that's where you can do all your tax stuff, or most of your tax stuff, online. So I hope you found these 10 little abbreviations helpful. If you want to know more little facts, little FAQs about Ireland, make sure to subscribe. We do videos twice a week. And let us know any more questions you have in the comments. Hope to see you next week. Bye!